Hello, Internet Land. It is I, the Lady Dragon, and I'm coming to you this holiday season with a very important announcement. For those of you within the gaming community, there is no greater joy than getting yourself that brand new set or an addition to a set that you already have that you're in the middle of building. Oh, it's so much fun. Well, this is a very important announcement that I have to share with all of you, my friends, my family, loved ones, and peers within the gaming community. A crime has been committed, and thus I must share to prevent it from happening to anyone else. So this holiday season, I implore you all, paint it or lose it. You see, I had an army. I was building it. But sadly, because I had not painted it, I lost it. It was stolen very unfairly from me. And so I want to make sure that you all know that this holiday season, don't forget, when you've got armies, paint it or lose it, because you never know when someone else...
Are you going to be doing anything with this kill team? Because, I mean... Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays. Hello, Zane. Hi, Dave. But yes, serious. Paint him or lose him, because you don't know when someone like him is going to show up and steal it. No, I'm not salty at all still.
You know?
He did give me a whole 8 back.
I gave you an entire army in trade.
What? You mean the...
Cornates?
But I bought those.
No, I bought those.
I thought that was our money, not your money.
You know, it's funny.
I love you saying. But no, to be truthful, I came up with this idea early this morning, and I thought it would be very funny to do this. And he decided to make me do it live after I got off of work.
Well, we had a battle report this weekend, and I don't have any hobby this weekend. So I figured, I know a lot of people are taking this next week off. They need some time off. So I figured we could spend some time just talking, chilling, hanging out.
Which he's planning on doing Tuesday anyway.
Showing off the goodies we got.
Goodies we got?
See, here's the thing.
Oh, those goodies.
Somebody's like, oh, I don't get my Stormcast. We're doing the Stormcast. Hang on. So for the holidays, somebody put together a Christmas list for a Secret Santa. I noticed you didn't get any Stormcast.
Because I didn't put any damn Stormcast down, because somebody would have taken it.
I wouldn't have taken it.
Yeah, you would have.
You know, that unique limited edition figure, that's yours. I haven't touched it. It's got primer on it.
That's the only reason.
But she did get some pretty nifty stuff.
Yes. My Secret Santa gave me Scar Blood Ray, and I got Skull Taker. So I'm like seriously looking forward to putting these guys together. After I got those, I went, well, shit, I guess I'm going to have to finish painting my corn army now, aren't I? I can't go back over to my...
And I got awesomeness. I got the original. I've been wanting one of these. I've been just killing myself to get one of these. I finally got. So Mythos can get off my jock about me not having any cavalry. I will have Thunderbolt cavalry after I'm done painting all my current models.
And you see what he does with it.
Put it on top of the box.
No, you didn't.
It fell. Shut up. I have made a New Year's resolution that I'm starting off with early. I am not building any more models until all my Stormcast.
Zane, it is a solid idea. I'm going to have to decline with it. He wants me to melt down my remaining Stormcast into ingots, so you can't take them.
It's easier. Just has to bribe them. No, we have an agreement. I didn't just take the damn thing. We had an agreement. She plays it up like I'm an evil man. I am not an evil man. We had a conversation, but you all feed this lie. You feed it. You people feed this lie.
And you help them perpetuate it. Okay, this thing is coming off my head. I've been wearing it all day. You get my Santa and unicorns sweater. Nice.
Nice. That's very cool. I also got a trying to get move your butt over.
No, I don't want to get over. I can't get over.
How is it that I can get all the way over there? I know what to do. Hang on.
Because
Yoink.
Ah!
There we
go. We've told you guys this multiple times, Zane. I don't know why this is news to you.
So I also got from my Reddit Secret Santa, I got a Stormhawk Interceptor.
Where are things? There.
They're all put away.
Properly.
Yes. There's some things on top of them because I'm still organizing.
I know that. I'm looking for something specific.
What are you looking for? If you're looking for the base colors are over here.
Oh, I did not know that.
I have not got them. That's why those are sitting there on the desk, because I haven't gotten to them yet. I took the day while she was at work to reorganize and spend some dedicated time in cleaning the hobby room. It is a mess.
Not because of me.
That's not happening. That's not happening. You want to make me feel bad? Not gonna happen. If you feel bad about her not having Sigmarines, buy her a box.
No one's gonna buy me a box.
That's what I'm saying. I made up for it. I gave her a Cornish army that she was like, oh, these Sigmarines are pretty cool. No. Oh, these corn guys are cool. That is an actual quote. That is an actual quote with the proper inflection.
No.
Yes. You went, oh, these are so cool. Oh my god.
I did not. Overinflated ego.
And never mind the Blood of the Phoenix box. Are we even? We're even.
Yeah, get the Blood of the Phoenix. Yeah, see, I try to get him to clean up in between his projects. Hi, Jam Jar.
Hey, Jam Jar, buddy. How you doing?
Hi, Hell Child.
So here's the thing. I do try to clean up between projects. The problem is I'm not in between projects right now. I'm in the midst of 4 separate projects. So I'm trying to use my hobby time. I'm trying to use my hobby time to my best capabilities. The problem is I've got multiple projects going on. I'm building a custom figure and painting it white because I'm trying to do a demo on how to paint white. I'm in the midst of my Savage Terrain build. I'm in the midst of painting my Stormcast army, which I'm almost done with. And I've got another terrain project that I'm working on a little bit too.
Anyone know where you can get a cheap ski mask? Yeah, it's called the dollar store. Okay, Zane. Tone it down.
Also trying to figure out where because I got to reorganize some space around here because I'm hoping by the end of first quarter. Put those down. Those are not yours.
These aren't mine?
No, that's mine. It's new ones I just bought.
Okay.
Go ahead. I had to hit her with what she hits me with. Don't touch that. That's not your brushes.
Okay. I would like to point out that the reason why I say that to him is let me show you what his brushes tend to look like.
They're well loved. Hey, that's a dry brushing brush. It's supposed to look like that. What are you putting the brush down for? Don't do that. What? It's prime for licking. Look at it. It's got a perfect split.
And if they're not like that, they're just hard and grimy because he doesn't wash them out properly. And do we have any water over here, by the way? Do we have any fresh water?
No, I'll go get you some.
Ew. So anyway, hello everybody. For those of you who missed it, the first couple of minutes of this was me kind of as a joke doing a PSA about the importance of making sure that if you have an army, paint it before you lose it. Because you never know when some person is going to come and take it. Because, well, they have an idea. And you're not really painting it anyway, so...
It's not the way it happened, but anyhow. Here's the thing. Some honest truth, though. There is a thread of truth in the whole thing.
Zane!
There is a thread of truth in it somewhat. In that, if someone paints a figure and gifts it to me that goes with the aesthetic of my army, like, for a perfect example, the one that Mythos sent me, that figure... nice paint job, matches my aesthetic. It's going in my army, and it's being cared for. If I didn't paint it, typically, I have no attachment to the figure. And if someone else paints it, I have no interest in the figure. It's kind of a weird thing. Someone's like, well, I'll paint a squad of minis for you.
I've offered. He's told me no.
No, I just, you know.
Can I get something to...
And I know it's a weird thing about me. I know it's entirely that. But it's one of those, because I enjoy the painting aspect of the hobby so much, I have a hard time understanding people that buy painted armies. I just don't get it. And I understand there's some people that just want to play the game. I will tell you, nothing, and she's seen it. I saw some guys this weekend. They were playing an Imperial Guard army. And all that was on the table on one guy's side, everything was gray plastic. Nothing primed. I mean, he did really good. He cleaned all his mold lines. He fitted all nice. It was put together beautifully. But he didn't even prime it. And he's playing with it. Ugh.
There were a bunch of people that were trying to get me to start playing before I was like, oh, I've kind of got, and they're just like, oh, they're put together, come play. And I go, they're not table ready. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I can't, I physically cannot play a unit that I haven't painted. I actually have three squads of figures for my wolves that I really want to use. But they're sitting in the box about 80% done. Nope, can't do them. That's why I've got this whole project. That's why I got this whole project. I'm not building any more figures. I have a huge Imperial Guard army that I've got half built right now. I'm not building any more until I get what I have painted. I have about 2/3 of my Stormcast army done. I got about 1/3 of them left to go. They're getting painted. I have 3 squads of wolves. They got to get painted. I got to get them done and get them in colors and get them ready. And until I do any of that, I am not building any more figures for myself. I can't. Because I will, and this is the weird thing, and people don't understand this, and I've had people look at me like I was out of my mind. I actually enjoy the building process. I can sit down with an entire, army box, like the Soul Wars box. I built all those guys I think I built. Oh no! You know what? I actually the Age of Sigmar, the other starter box. I built that entire box on the air during a live stream, and it took me like 3.5, 4 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, I enjoy building. I really do. I really enjoy it. And there are sometimes I'm not in the mood to build. I should say there's sometimes I'm not in the mood to paint. There's sometimes I'm just not in the mood to paint, but I'm always in the mood to build figures. I can always go, I'll just build these guys while I'm waiting. And the problem is that's led to a huge backlog of figures I have that are primed and half painted, but aren't finished. So I'm not doing it. As much as I want to build and paint these guys.
Holy jeez, oh Pete. Oh, someone's trying to get it. I don't think our dear Commodore is.
Go to Patreon General.
I was in Patreon General. Holy jeez. There's the beard. Zane is attempting to summon the Commodore from the bowels of
the internet.
Yes, the internets.
You can't buy minis for yourself for Christmas. Clearly says from Santa. Here's the joy. I don't have to buy me minis for Christmas. I could buy minis from my wife for me. Just like she could buy minis for her from me. And
yeah, we've done that before.
What do you want? I'll go buy it. Put my name on it. Happy anniversary on it.
Yeah, that was anniversary. That's how we ended up with Mortarion.
I got Mortarion and she got the Triumvirate.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hobby tip. I have a hobby tip I forgot about.
I keep saying the same thing. Not build any more kits out of stash. Okay. Hobby tip quick, and then I'll go over what all.
Okay. Super clean. Holy crap.
Do not take it with the Emperor in vain.
Okay. I've been using Simple Green to strip my figures.
Hi, Commodore.
I've been using Simple Green to strip my figures. And if you let a figure sit in Simple Green overnight, you can scrub it mostly clean. I put some figures in a plastic container with this and sealed them. 10 minutes later, I picked one of the figures out, and the paint started peeling off the figure in sheets.
I believe the phrase is, I'm sold.
Yeah. This stuff, if you ever want to strip figures, do this stuff. I've been told not to do resin with this.
I've heard that resin gets sticky and kind of gooey.
Yes, don't use this for resin. But I can attest, I did it. I found a pair of my old, my metal Blood Bowl elves that I've been wanting to repaint just for the fun of repainting them. I threw them in that stuff, and that was the one I picked up. I picked it up, and the paint just sloughed off the figure. I took a toothbrush to it, and it looks like it's brand new. So, Super Clean is bomb. Absolutely bomb. Great stuff. It's super cheap. This gallon jug was less than $10 American at Walmart. So super easy. And if you do a lot of figure stripping, like if you're one of these guys that does rescues from eBay or whatnot, you can get it in 5-gallon jugs for like $20. I mean, this stuff stripped figures so quickly and easily, it made me think about, I wonder if I can actually start looking for eBay rescues. Because it stripped it so quickly, so easy, and it doesn't touch the glue. I took figures that put them in there, pulled them out, scrubbed them off, and the glue is like, I'm here, not going anywhere, I'm still here. So, yeah, this stuff is absolutely beautiful. Big D super endorsement. Super Clean is bomb.
So let's see what we've got. We're going to go back up through the chat just a little bit. Hold on. Got somebody over in
No, we don't tell them anything.
We never tell the Commodore when the Commodore over in the Patreon's Discord goes, they never tell me when they go live at random times. No, we don't even decide it until it happens. Okay, let's see here. Besides Zane saying that he wants a call to arms to make D give me back my Stormcast army because he has been making me lie to you all.
Not happening.
And then let's see. Zane does want to. Let's see. Dave says that his Grav tank base is built and painted. Gonna add some weathering powder. Can't wait to see that, Dave.
I've been hunting greebles. I have greebles now. Actually, that's one of the project videos I'm working on. Let's start building.
And let's see. Zane then asks, hold on a second. We are trying to reconnect.
We're good.
Okay, some people will actually paint the army and then they sell it.
We have a friend that is a commission painter. Well, actually, we have a couple of friends that are commission painters.
Yes.
That paint armies and sell them, or somebody, as you know, pays a commission and they pay them to paint their army.
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
He likes to do it on his own.
I had my army. But the same thing also goes. I couldn't paint an army for a commission. I could paint a figure, a single figure, as a gift or a commission. But I couldn't even do it as a commission because then you'd be telling me what you want painted. Nobody tells me what you want painted.
Let's see. Hellchild agrees with you. Says that they love to build. Dave says some people relate to their paint schemes, others just don't. Jam Jar says that he just enjoys building and painting, so he understands where we're all coming from. Let's see. Alex, Big Al, says, I keep saying the same thing, not building any more kits out of the stash until I get all my other things started. At this point, I'm about 25 started in and project.
I might have learned it from somebody.
Yeah. And then Dave says, just the tip.
Oh, yeah, and that's the point we made about this real quick.
Underdog is here. Hi.
It was Big Al who pointed me onto this stuff.
So he says, you're welcome, Big D.
It's so
Saw
good.
Super Clean on another channel.
Yeah.
Zane has a little bit, or he's talking about how it'll make stuff spongy.
I think he's talking about the resin.
Yeah.
Resin.
I'm
thinking about taking
shoulder pads from previous owner, but put various chapters on the wrong starter. Lag.
Yeah, I'm thinking about actually taking, because I have some extra resin sprues from some Cromlech stuff, and I'm thinking about throwing them into a container just to see how the Super Clean affects them.
Let's see, but when my friend painted my stuff for free, I would take that over painting it on myself. Well, that's because I don't think you enjoy painting nearly as much as some people do, Zane. Tell Chris we said Merry Christmas as well, Al. Hi, Jordy. So nice to see you. Missed you at the Halloween party. Yes, Halloween party. We had a Nightmare Before Christmas party last night at the Christmas party, darling. Hellchild, I've sold armies to buy new armies. Yes, I have heard people doing that, where they may have got in an old army and they paint the whole thing and then they end up selling it off, and I think I am drying out my paint on my brush.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, he's still.
I couldn't do it.
He still doesn't get the concept of selling off an old army.
Why would you sell your figures? I don't understand.
Says the guy who sold all of his, literally sold off his entire collection of magic cards that he's been collecting for over a decade.
I don't miss them.
For this. Well, not these particularly, but for the hobby.
I don't miss them. I will tell you, though, and here's the thing. I had a High Elf and Wood Elf army painted 30 years ago.
And yes, Zane, it is true that you can actually sell your painted armies for almost double what you would for an unpainted army, because there are people that will pay for it if it's a good enough job.
If you're a good paint job. And there are some people who have far too high an opinion of their paint job and go, pro painted, and it looks like it was painted in melted crayon. And Here's the thing. Like I said, I had an old when I first started playing Warhammer back in the early '90s. I had an entire wood elf
shading crack for heroin.
Yeah, it pretty much was. I had an entire wood elf and high elf army. I had cavalry, archers, skirmishers, and the spear guys. And I sold them to a roommate to buy 40K. I currently regret it. I haven't regretted it for the past 30 years because I haven't played fantasy. But now that the old world's coming out, I'm kind of like, oh, but nah, I'm good with it. I don't think I want to get into the old world when it comes out. I'm kind of liking Age of Sigmar.
Let's see. As I mentioned in the past, 2 knights and a crawler for 100-something Marine, for 100-something Whirlwind Rhino, a company commander, and a metal chaplain, metal librarian, several caps, and 2 dreads. Sold a. Wow.
Well, Hellchild's a hell of a painter.
Well, yeah, this is a true statement.
Yeah, here's the thing. I used to work for Wizards of the Coast. I started collecting Magic when it was still in beta. And I had cards from beta up through, I want to say, whatever the last set was after the big, weird, extra-dimensional demon-y thing was recently. Like the Second Coming of Ravnica set. It was about 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I had
I remember.
Yeah, I had like 5 storage bins, like full 25-gallon storage bins of Magic cards. Tried them all. I finally was just like, you know what? They're taking up a hell amount of space. I'm not playing the game. I don't enjoy the game anymore. I haven't enjoyed it in years. I really hadn't enjoyed Magic in years. I tried playing it, and even playing with friends, and I'm like, So I just sold it all. And
that's how I got my anniversary present.
Getting 60% of value. I got about 2K worth of Warhammer. So I'm okay with that.
That's where most of my elves actually came from.
It's where most of everything came from, honestly. But I mean, it still kind of drives me crazy because I got to get up in the attic. I'm probably not going to get in the attic until this summer because we're going to be, when Ray moves out to Georgia, we're going to be potentially remodeling the attic where his bedroom is, and maybe going, and when we remodel, we'll be throwing a lot of junk out. We want to purge a lot of old junk, and when we purge that stuff, hopefully we'll find one or more of my boxes of old stuff that's been stuck in storage all this time, because there should be a box of the old Reaper snap top box, and it was brown. It is ugly, ugly brown snap top box, but it had 2 or 3 squads of Space Marines, a captain, a rhino, the old mostly metal rhino, and a old metal dreadnought. So, I mean, it's not a lot of figures. It's probably no more than like 30 or 40 figures, but I'd like to be able to find them to see. I can show like my original Space Wolf scheme, because my original Space Wolf scheme, I didn't know anything about edge highlighting back then. I didn't know anything about shading back then. It was pretty much painted a color, dunk it in shade, and you're done. And so they're pretty awful, and compared to the way I paint now. But considering most of my friends at that time were painting with unthinned paint and using way too much paint and way too much primer, and compared to them, and my friends were all like, "You're such a great painter, you blah blah blah," and I really wasn't, but I tried, and they don't think they tried. So,
gee, this is starting to sound kind of familiar, kind of like, oh, I don't know, what is it, Zane? I'm such a bad painter. I'm such a bad painter.
Well, they are pretty bad.
Zane?
No, my style.
I'm talking about Zane's.
No, Zane's fine. He's a whiner. Now,
No, he just has no confidence in himself.
See, I have all the confidence in the world. I'm confident that they were bad.
He's overconfident.
I'm not overconfident. I'm exactly as confident as I need to be.
Control, diligence, passion. And this boy, his passion. Mm-hmm. If any of you are ever curious about that, that is the 3 pillars in which House Drake survives by. The other one is, F it, I'll do it myself.
F it, I'll do it myself is the House Drake motto.
No, the House Drake
It's the unofficial motto. Huh?
Yeah.
Just like a Lannister always pays his debts. Ours is F it, I'll do it myself. But ours is grow strong. No, ours is passion, diligence, control. The 3 pillars.
Oh.
+1 internet point. If anyone can identify where that comes from.
What do you do with internet points anyway?
You eventually cash them in for cool factor.
Yeah, I know this random obscure trivia fact. I really shouldn't be talking because I know lots of obscure trivia facts. I never thought I would keep. I could paint and then. What's R32 stuff? What does that mean?
Rule 34.
What's Rule 34?
If it exists.
Oh, there's porn for it. That one. I can never remember which one's which.
Which is why I can never look at Ka ever again.
The snake?
Yeah.
Never mind, we're done.
Yeah.
Internet points can be traded in for Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
We have a Chuck E. Cheese in town here.
It wouldn't be hard for us to get those tokens.
Oh. I really want to build those orcs.
He really just wants to build right now. I mean, he gets so irritated at how slow I build some of my stuff. He literally...
I can't understand.
He built my Raider and one of my Venoms. I built the other. Merry Christmas, Dave. Speaking of Christmas, just to let you know, we will be broadcasting
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Our normal Tuesday.
We will be broadcasting. Whether or not we broadcast it all on Wednesday is a whole nother. We don't honestly know.
We have friends coming over. Friend
coming
over. Yeah, we need to reach out to make sure it's coming. We have a friend coming over. He doesn't have any family in town, so we're having lasagna.
Zane wants me to claim your orcs because you haven't done anything with them.
Wrong. Half of them are primed already. Some people rub their junk on stuff to mark it as theirs. Other people lick it. I put primer on it.
Which doesn't stop me, by the way.
The thing is, she could claim the orcs and say, well, I'm going to paint them.
They're all going to be painted green.
No, hang on. And a week later, she's got 1 done, 2 more started. Like, okay. And I'm not faulting her because she does lovely work. She does amazing work. She does lovely work.
I'm just going to sit over here in the corner because he's being mean to me.
I'm not being mean to you. I paint fast, and I know it. And I could probably slow down and put a lot more attention to detail. And I kind of do with unique figures and bigger figures and like officers and whatnot. I put the more time into them. But for rank and file, I'm like, okay, close enough. They can put them on the table, and from 2 feet away, they look great. Time to go.
He just makes fun of me because I paint so damn slow.
She paints slow, but she paints great, and I can't fault that. She paints all of her figures like they're competition pieces. And again, I can't fault that. That she does great work, and I love that. I wish I had the patience to do that. I paint figures because I want to play with them.
I want to play too. You just have to be right.
I'm thinking when I get to my orcs, I'm going to treat my orcs that way.
So you'll take a week instead of a couple of days to paint them all.
Well, the problem is orcs are a horde army, so I'll lose that in the middle of it. No, at some point I want to paint an army that I sit down and go really crazy on painting and really paint the detail.
Jordy says, I think I'm one of the only people that has my whole army painted. Now I get to paint more things.
See, here's the thing. I have 4,000 points of Space Wolves painted.
Let's see. Commodore says, I'm working on a Redemptor Dreadnought for the first time, and it is taking forever. Dave says he just watched a cool Warhammer 40K animated film called Hell's Reach.
Oh, yeah, Hell's Reach. That's very cool.
Hellchild says that we all paint at our own speeds, whereas Zane says, do my Marines for me then to prove it. And
that's the problem, Zane. I could paint those Marines, but they wouldn't be yours. I admit it. That's why I could never do commission work.
I would also like to point out to everybody here, I almost convinced myself to spend $42 to buy a stand-up. She's about this tall. So let me explain. See, thumb here to here compared to this, guys, how tall she would have been. From Raging Heroes. Thank you, Heinrich. For introducing me this. Awful, wonderful, beautiful.
We love beautiful figures.
And she's standing there with her arms out to the side with dead bodies hanging off of a chain that she's got from wrist to wrist. And she's like total like Slanesh. And I'm like, oh, look, I need to get that and paint it and send it to Zane so he has a little bit of heresy in his life. Yes, Hellchild, I love. Oh my gosh, I want to buy so many of those figures.
I want to buy a squad of their sisters.
Which sisters?
Their version of the Battle Sisters.
Which one?
It doesn't matter.
I
want to buy a squad of them, but just one squad, because then I'll have a Sisters of Battle kill team, and them I would spend the time on to make them look all horrendously badass.
The other thing that I found, I want to say, I think it's at, I don't remember which one it is. Heinrich showed this to me because somebody in our Discord showed this really cool sticker that somebody bought. And yes, Raging Heroes has a really cool penitent engine. I totally agree. Yeah. I love some of their stuff. But I noticed this. It was they're pin-up Sisters of Battle that have, you know, just little things covering here, or it's just like their top comes to like right there, so it's under boobage. And I was like, you know, I would love to have a set of Sisters of Battle. And so he went, here you go, and he gave me a link, and I'm going, oh my god, there's an entire set where they're all topless.
Oh, Wargame.
Yes,
it's Wargame Express.
Want
that. Wargame Express. I like Wargame Express.
If you can't tell, I like painting slutty things.
The thing about Wargame Express, I think it's Wargame.
Yeah, it's
Wargame Direct, something like that. They have a set of models called For the Greater Good. Wargame Exclusives, that's it.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. If you're not familiar with Wargame Exclusive, they do cheesecake miniatures. They do cheesecake versions of armies from Warhammer. They have a Tau sniper that all she's wearing is her sniper rifle. Her armor's in a pile next to her, and she's just sitting there with a sniper rifle. So you can't really see anything on the figure, but damn.
Got a couple of elf girls too that are pretty like.
Yeah, yeah. They have a set of figures that are for their witch elf replacements for Age of Sigmar. That are basically all they're wearing is a couple of pieces of plate, like on one thigh and on a pauldron, and their weapons, and that's it. They are naked as jaybirds. And again, I don't mind that kind of figures. I like them.
You're a guy, of course you do. It's more odd for the female in the gaming community that's like, oh yes, slutty figures, give them to me. She's wearing a Duke string. Oh right, I can paint that.
The bigger problem I have, the only reason I really have a problem at all with them,
Just they're expensive as shit.
if you want a good figure, I don't mind that. There are more and more kids coming into the hobby these days.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at the store and pull out my Slaneshi demon princess and put it on the table, and people go,
That's lewd. Put it away.
lewd.
Especially at our location, yeah, they tell you that's lewd. Put it away. We actually have a PG-13 rating that we are allowed to use at our normal location because there are children.
Yeah, no, I remember. Again, that's the other reason I'm looking for that box. I have a squad of the original metal demonettes, their very first sculpt. And it was before their claws got super gigantic and ridiculous lobster-like. They were just claws. But yeah, they're running around topless. I've got an original Keeper of Secrets in that box with the square base, where the Keeper of Secrets is only maybe about this tall at the top of the head. Hold your thing up for a second.
Go for it.
It's as tall as this figure at the top of its stand. It's only that big. It's not anywhere. I mean, the new Keeper of Secrets is like 8 inches or 8 inches tall. The original Keeper of Secrets is like 3 inches tall. I have one of them in that box in metal. God, that thing was a pain in the ass to build. All that metal figures. It's like, well, I can super glue it, but dink. You put it together with super glue, the first time anybody bumps their arm, the whole thing collapses. So I ended up having to use epoxy and pinning. And then epoxy's just, at that point, because I wasn't experienced with epoxy, it was just hard to work with and gross. And I spent days with files and X-Actos and everything. Mythos! Mythos?
He has to show it off.
I got it.
Do we have a?
It was one of my presents in that Secret Santa we were talking about. So I got Cavalry now.
So his Secret Santa that he had on Reddit sent him the book for Iron Fist, their codex.
Iron Hands.
Or Iron Hands, the codex. So yay! And they also sent him a. What was it?
Storm Talon Interceptor.
A Storm Talon Interceptor. So happy. And he also sent Dee a card. The card literally states, for when you feel like trading your dignity for victory. And then there was a button.
May the holiday spirit reside in you for forever. And there's a little button. It plays Christmas music.
It plays Jingle Bells.
I let it play for about 20 minutes before I realized it doesn't turn off.
And so he went to open it.
Well, I told Will, I'm like, I got to dig this thing out.
So Will goes to break into it.
And the pocket that they put the electronics in was filled with holographic glitter.
All over the floor. I loved it.
Hellchild, 54 millimeter Inquisition. That wasn't that limited Inquisition game, right? That was like from like 15 years ago. I've heard some of the sculpts for that set were absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the sculpts. Apparently, the original Flagellant was in there. The original concept of Flagellant was in there, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous sculpt. And those are all resin, then, right? I mean, I would assume 54 millimeters Those probably had to be forge rolled produced or fine cast produced. Yeah, 54 millimeters, basically a double size. They're double size figures.
Peoples need skin. I kind of want to play Kill Team with them.
They're a little big. They're a little big.
So?
No, they're double the size.
So? Just means you're going to be able to see exactly right.
Oh, they're all metal 54 minute. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, it's you know, the funny thing is when they first were producing the multi-part metal miniatures, they said, oh, just use super glue. Use super glue. That's all you need is super glue. Psych! Man, super glue does not hold those figures together for crap. I tried everything. I tried scoring them and creating like no.
On a completely separate note, speaking of the metal, I finished putting together the girl. Very blurriness. Eventually, I'll get the person who knows how to handle a spray can better than me to put her to do her thing.
Zane, that's called cosplay, and actually it's called LARPing at that point.
Ooh, that'd be kind of fun.
LARPing with
Nerf guns.
Nerf gun LARPing Space Marines.
That would be fun. Thank you. Yeah, they don't mind my haircut looking like this at
yeah.
work.
Turn your head so they can see the whole thing. It's a mohawk. My girl has a mohawk.
Yeah, no, we can play the Kill Team rules. We just somehow have to make really big foam dice. Look.
You use yard farkle.
That would be fun, though. Think about that.
Yeah, I would. You use camping foam to make my Space Marine armor was all made from camping foam. You know, we really should make some Space Wolf armor for the two of us to go to conventions.
Wait a minute. Why am I Space Wolf? I thought I was supposed to be dressing like the succubus.
Okay.
You were supposed to go as the out the guard.
Okay, you got to start working on them crunches. I could wear armor and hide me.
I am seriously feeling some a little bit of double standards here. I saw somebody who actually did a Space Marine armor, and they got the metal cans and put them in the boots so that when they walked, it made that hollow sound. It was really freaking cool.
The one that I saw, actually, some guy or some family made their like 8, 9, 10-year-old daughter a Space Marine, a Space Wolf outfit. So she's got a chainsword that revs. She's got a bolt pistol. She's a blood claw. She's got fangs in her mouth, and they got her the yellow contacts. She's absolutely fabulous, but she's just like, Wah! And just, Wah! Yeah.
Run away. Me and some friends considered playing room scale Kill Team with Primaris action figures combined with 3D printed ones.
You know, I really wanted one of those Primaris action figures that they produced. And then I saw they're $80.
Why don't you just get a Kindle? Isn't that how big they are? Vulcan lives! Yes! Yeah, I ended up deciding that's going to be my Imperial army. I'm doing the crazy fire worshippers. And if anybody knows me, they know they are. No one is surprised.
Oh.
What's the matter, husband?
Nothing. So, I mean, this is just us hanging out with friends for now. I gotta think.
Excuse me. It's been a very long day for me.
It's been a long day. I should build some figures.
Thought you were supposed to paint first.
Can't paint.
Why not? There are 2 spots. You make me paint over there all the damn time. You can.
That's your spot. I don't want you to move though.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that idea. I don't think anybody wants to listen to me scream in pain. Scream yes, in pain no.
Yeah. We added some art on the wall here. I've been slowly adding piece after piece. It's eventually going to look like a giant collage, more than it is now. There'll be some more overlapping pieces as we get more and more units fixed.
Legion of the Damned.
Legion of the Damned. Those are the guys that look like Ghost Rider.
Oh. Yeah, Hellchild was saying he figured I would have gone Legion of the Damned. I wasn't even aware that was an option. To be honest.
Yeah, she's a salamander, but she should go to Wolf. If she's gonna do Marines for cosplay, she needs to do the Viking chick. Yeah.
Trust me, like one of our girls. All right, I think that's it for this flesh tone.
Hold on. Oh.
Skulls, flames, and death.
Yeah, I mean they literally their armor is on fire, their heads are on fire.
Fire.
They drop in and out of the warp, attack things, and then disappear. They're loyalist as hell, but they're just really
I've been saying you should do them for a while. Let's see. Space wolves are just furries with armor. A hunting rifle won't go through. Prove me wrong.
Okay, here's the thing, Zane.
Zane says that I should have. He thinks that I should have done a Legion of the Damned as well.
Here's the problem with Legion of the Damned, and this is the only reason.
At least as a supplement to my salamanders. They're not a full army, but they could act as a support force.
Yeah. Well, Legion of the Damned are pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty cool looking figures. They've all been officially.
They make the Black Templars look like Ultramarines. Wait, if they make them look like the Ultramarines, does that mean that they're so ridiculous that they can do anything?
No, they just show up and bring death. I mean, they jump out of the warp, show up in a burst of brimstone and fire, bore their way through ships inside, kill the crap out of everybody inside, and then zip back out.
The Legion of the Damned, aren't they also known as the Knights of Malice? Or is that a different group?
I think that's another group. No, because the Legion of the Damned,
Mm-hmm.
They're loyalists.
Let's see. Hellchild says they show up, whoop ass, and then disappear.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows actually who they are. They don't even know who their successor.
They're the Emperor's holy demons.
Yeah, there's a lot of things said about them. There's at least one inference that they are formerly
Firehawks.
Yeah, okay. They're formerly that they were the Firehawks, and the
Firehawks.
They were a successor chapter that were extremely loyal but kind of zealotous, and they did something, and the Grey Knights showed up and purged them. And officially, the Firehawks don't exist anymore. But then right after that all went down, like 100 years later, the Damned show up. And then literally they have like a ship, and it comes out of warp space, covered in flames, and they come in. They don't even talk. They just show up, kill everything, and leave. They're really great looking figures. And they were only produced. They were only produced for a short period of time, but they're just really awesome looking figures. They're all tacticals though, although you could just do them.
Well, that is a very good doing one as a. Most of the chapter disappeared in the warp before the purge, according to Hellchild. They got a +3 invul. Well, that's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I would consider doing them a contingent of them with my salamanders. That's actually not a half bad idea. So thank you. Google them. There's a guy with a 6K point army. Holy shit. That's a lot of figures. I never said your 6,000 points and that is not a lot of figures.
That is 5,000 points.
Yes.
Oh.
And they're talking about
6,000 points. It's only a little bit more than mine.
So, okay, so this gray does not work on this guy's skin because he's already a pretty gray.
You should just pretty much paint him fleshy.
No, because I'm. Do not mess with me, sir. You wanted me to paint these.
Paint them.
I'm painting them.
Paint them. Do what you want. You do you.
Rhinos, predators, land raiders, and all troop types.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like I'm working on my non-Primaris Space Wolves. I want a land raider.
This man.
You know what a land raider is, sweetie? It's a giant box with treads and guns. It's like a tank, but bigger.
You know, I am half tempted to paint one of these guys the same color that I did my Cypher Lords. Oh, come on.
It's your figures. You do what you want.
It was a joke.
You do what you want. Whatever. You do what you want.
You do you.
So what are you going to do with those asbestos science?
Beat you with a box. Beat you with the box until I get tired. Don't touch my Tempestus Scion.
I'm not going to touch him. I was just asking. It's an innocent question.
It coming out of you, that's not so innocent.
Have you thought about a color scheme for you need?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Don't touch my Incarn.
I would never touch
And
him.
it's not you need, it's Inyad.
Whatever.
Hi, everybody. Oh. Just be glad y'all aren't seeing me the way I was last night. I've been battling a head cold. Not because of Plague Child. No, it's because of work. You know, out into the cold, into the warm. Out into the cold, into the warm. Out into the cold. So I want an FW330K whirlwind.
Yeah. Forge World.
Forge World. Okay.
30K is the old stuff. You know, and that's the thing. There's actually some 30K. There's actually, I wouldn't use it for 30K. I'd use it for 40K, but there's a bunch of 30K initial. Well, I mean, the dreads. I mean, I would like a couple of Contemptors. I forget what the name of the big guys are. There's
Don't even look at me, man.
I forget what the name of the big. There's the Contemptors. There's the Doritos. Yeah, they're the Doritos, but it's Doritos.
I know. I've been listening.
Leviathan, yes. I want a Death Guard Leviathan Dreadnought with twin butcher cannons.
That sounds painful and awesome.
Quad autocannons. It's got 4 autocannons on each arm. Yes, I want a Leviathan for my Death Guard. I want a Leviathan for my Space Wolves. I want a lot of. That's the thing. I actually want to get a lot more Dreadnoughts.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that picture, Hellchild, when you're done with it.
Actually, one of the things I really want to get, and I really, really want to get.
Can you stop bouncing?
I want to get Bjorn. I really want Bjorn. Oh, Bjorn is such a beautiful figure. Just want to have him wade into some Thousand Suns.
Your hatred of Thousand Suns is starting to get a little unhealthy there, love.
I'm a wolf. Screw the Thousand Suns.
I'm pretty sure there's a law in the Imperium against that.
Somebody on Reddit.
God, she's just sitting back there.
Somebody on Reddit put up a list on Warhammer Competitive that might actually win a couple matches, but he had 12 dreadnoughts in his list.
That's a lot of points.
Well, it's a 2,000 point army. But he had 12 dreadnoughts. He had a chaplain dreadnought. He had a librarian dreadnought. And then he had the Redemptors, and it was brutal. And I want to say they were Iron Hand, so they all had that move and shoot no penalty. But
Thank you, Jordy. That's cute. I just, yeah.
I want a couple more of the Redempt. That's the thing. Like I said, right now with this box, now that I have this box, the only things I really want now for my wolves at this point going forward are vehicles. I'd have all, well, and Wolfen.
Yeah, he still really wants some wolf. Oh, maybe I'd get you that for Christmas.
That'd be great. Pack of Wolfen would be great. I mean, I want Wolfen. I've got some Terminators. I'm not really sold on Terminators. I mean, they're good, but they're not. They're just so damn slow.
I'm getting Archon next year.
Oh, Arcan, the big dude for Slaves of Darkness. They're a big guy, yeah. Archeon that's another I saw somebody came into the store with an Archeon that they had painted, and they painted the dragon he's on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they painted the dragon he's on. And if I remember right, the dragon's it's got one head, but he painted it so it was the classic 5 colors of D&D dragons, and they all blended together on this thing.
I thought that Drake had 3 heads.
It might have, but it was just a gorgeous figure.
A green head, a blue head, a red head, and I think
he painted that thing. It was gorgeous.
I have a huge wish list, and it's awful, especially when somebody decided to go and show me Creature Caster, and I saw the female recast that they did for basically she would be the equivalent of a female Scarbrand. She's gorgeous. I want her so bad. 30 tactical Marines that are in need of stripping. What are you doing?
Need to strip them.
And we're back on this.
This stuff works. Down to bare plastic in like 10 minutes. I was shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Shocked. I will warn you, though. Wear rubber gloves. Apparently one of the active ingredients in it is lye. So if you have at all sensitivity to lye, it'll burn your skin. I don't know if I have a lye, but just in case, I wear rubber gloves. So one of the things I want to get, Adam at Tabletop Minis, he has an ultrasonic cleaner. Yeah, it's like a box. It's like this big. It's like this big. It's like the size of a shoebox. It's got a plastic container in it, and it's supposed to be for cleaning jewelry. You put the jewelry cleaning solution in the bin, and you put the jewelry in the bin, and then you close it and turn it on, and it uses subsonic and sonic vibration to basically clean the stuff in there.
Oh.
Well, he used it to clean his minis, and one of his, to be honest with Uncle Adam, one of the things he talks about is one of his hobby income streams is that he rescues figures from eBay, and then like limited edition figures, he rescues them, repaints them, and resells them. Or for his own army, a lot of his stuff is eBay rescues. And he uses the ultrasonic cleaner, except he uses simple green. And he just puts them in the ultrasonic cleaner, sets them on overnight, he takes them out, rinse them off, they're done. Sometimes he'll rub them down with alcohol afterwards and then let them dry.
Oh, alcohol.
So I was thinking, if I got an ultrasonic jewelry cleaner with this purple stuff, that'd be crazy good. I don't know if it's necessary, just be less scrubbing, because I did have to do a little bit of toothbrush work, not a lot though. Just a couple of the deepest crevices where the paint was on the gloopiest needed to be scrubbed off. But actually, I think it's one of those boxes there. It's not that one. It's that one. Here, I'll show you. This guy was literally bright green, and it's interesting.
Was he one of the ones that you said that I could mess with?
Yeah, that's why I got them. That's why I stripped them for you. What's interesting is the primer, which we use a primer that actually has acetone in it, so it bonds with the plastic. The primer stayed on because it's one with the plastic. So it's interesting. This thing has a zenithal on it, but it stripped them down to zenithal. Those old second edition Marines that were painted, I took them out and they literally done clean, perfectly clean. The metal elf thrower from Blood Bowl, completely stripped. Remember that painted Gretchen I had? It was like green and yellow and looked all kind of ugly because it looked like it was painted really poorly.
Ah! He's got a little green on him, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, stripped him out with like no effort. I mean, they just totally stripped out. It's crazy how good that stuff worked. Super pleased.
Geez, you guys, I'm surprised no one's telling me to shut up. I haven't stopped talking since this whole thing started.
So talk. We're waiting.
On what?
Talk.
Pearls of wisdom? I have some of those. To all of my friends and family in internet's land, and if you work retail, don't worry, guys. We only have a couple more days left, and it's almost over. But then I have to retire all my sweaters until next year. You need vehicles too. I know I still am in need of some vehicles for my Drukari army, but I want to finish painting the ones that I have before. Why am I getting a...
I'm trying to think what you need.
Well, we still needed, I think, one more Venom.
Nope. You got one in the box. The Blood of Phoenix box.
All right, so that's my 4 Venoms. There was one of the barges or something like that, the heavy tank thing for the Drukari.
Right, because the Drukari, because she doesn't use, she currently, with her Ynnari setup, doesn't use the Taloses, or whatever the hell they're called.
The Talos and the Grotesque. I can't use anything of the Homunculus Guild in a Ynnari army fix because that's against the rules. However, I have been building this army as he's now starting to see exactly what it is that I was starting to do. Kind of had this thing that I was once I figured out it was a possible thing is I have them kind of set up now, so if I want, and eventually I'll probably pick up some Homunculus.
I now see it.
Yeah, he now sees it. Because I like the Drukari, their aesthetic. I think they look really cool and whatnot. I prefer the ideology of the Ynnari. However, is what it is, because there will probably be some parts that I won't be able to. And it's like, well, today I don't feel like playing Ynnari. I feel like playing Drukari, which means I would need to get some Drukari only vehicles, and I'll probably pick up a couple things for them from the Homunculus Guild, such as mandrakes and stuff like that. Or I want to do a 50-50, which I found out according to the rules with the 50-50 on how nasty that is if I decide to run a 50-50 where, let's say I'm doing 1,000 points of Drukari, I can have Yvraine on their side because she actually counts as a witch and an HQ, and she can summon Inyed's avatar, the Incarn. And the Visarch can sit with, because he's technically actually considered an Exarch. So he would be with the, I can do a 50-50 between Drukhari and Eldar. And on the Eldar side, I can use the Avatar of Cain. So I actually have the ability, if I had enough points, to be able to throw down both the Incarn and Cain down on the same battle.
But the thing is, if she wants to do a brigade of pure Drukhari,
I've got some stuff I got to get.
They don't have a lot of options for heavy support.
Yeah, their heavy support is the Homunculus Guild,
Or
which
it's a Homunculus Guild, or
you got to use their
there's
vehicles.
A barge that's a takeoff of, it's literally a Forge World kit on a raider that basically puts a big gun on the raider.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm looking is probably purchasing a raider and seeing if I can find a bits group that has the extra kits for just the gun.
Yeah, and
because the Forge World kit, it includes the raider. All it is a gun. It's literally just a gun and a little bit of a prow add-on. And the kit goes from a $45 model to a $90 model. And you need 3 of them to do a brigade?
Yeah, so and I also want to get some Harlequin, because let's see, they're fast. Now let's put them on bikes so they go even faster.
I don't understand the Harlequins. I mean, I have to look at their.
They have a unique ability where they can jump in and out of the warp across the battlefield.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. They only have like 3 units, so it's like you can't actually do a brigade of Harlequins. I don't think.
Nope, they are contingent or used for.
I mean, I think you can do a battalion, obviously, because you can do 3 groups of their troops and then an HQ. I don't even know how many HQs they have. They have
not very many.
Yeah,
there's only a couple. And
I got to look at how their leadership's on, because I know the big thing is you could do outriders with them, which would be 3 groups of their bikes.
And which is hilarious because they're already fast as crap to begin with. And then, hey, let's make them even faster.
Bartertown.
Yeah, Bartertown. Okay, Dave.
Yeah, it's a good. I've been using loads of bits. That's where I got my bits for my upcoming project.
He is going slightly crazy with the.
The term is, I'm going ham. I didn't go that crazy. I bought a couple bits that I wanted. I'm gonna be. Yeah.
I have thought about getting involved in all of this with you boys.
She should.
And if there are any of you that are girls that are participating, you girls too. And I'm looking at, who's all in this, and I'm going, maybe not so much.
I think you should do it. It just means you'd have to start now if you want to have it done by the end of the month. Next month.
Yeah. This is a true statement.
On the other hand, if you built one, I would let you use it as a counts as the gun raider.
Well, what's really bad is so many years ago, I used to play a tabletop game called Palladium's Rift. They ended up calling it like a bunch of different things since, but it is what it is. And on Atlantis, they had slave barges, and I was like, I was just going to do this for like shits and giggles, not actual functioning.
Well, I mean, I'm doing mine for fun as well, but I mean, I'm just saying, I'd let you use it as one.
Okay, this color's down now. You Palladium's Rifts. Love that game. It's so easy to build something so nasty. But because on Atlantis they're very heavily with slave trade, and they have these Slaneshi party barge. Gotta go, going to dinner. Nice.
Slanesh Party Barge.
It's not big enough for a party barge, though. I am not making a Slaneshi party barge. So anyway, and Dave goes, with stripper poles. You should see the look he's getting.
Here's the worst thing about it, guys. I had a plan. I have a plan. Had maybe. Because I have a figure that's been sitting on my shelf for a couple of months now that I think would be awesome. I want you to picture this, guys. Picture the words Slaneshi Party Barge and merge it with Rock and Roll Death Machine from Fury Road. And on the prow...
Oh, Noise Marine.
On the prow of that barge, put this guy right on there. Oh, that changes everything. Dude.
Gotta head out too. All right, Hellchild, bye.
Thanks.
It is actually over an hour, and we were only planning on doing this for about an hour.
Yeah,
mostly because he's got.
I gotta work in the morning,
and I worked all day, and I'm like, oh.
So I think we're gonna call it here.
So we're gonna do our traditional call outs to all of our patrons. Thank you so much to Inquisitor Zane and Heinrich Botha. For being our level 2 patrons with access to the private Discord. And trust me, folks, you have no idea what you're missing in there.
By the way, speaking of, we now have a public Discord channel.
Yes.
So
if those of you who are interested, do let us know, and we will try and get that to you. And send you some invites. We would also like to send a thank you to the Commodore for his 3rd level donations within our patron. He and Zane have their own little channel, which is hilarious to watch.
And it's open. The nice thing about it to even non-patrons, the Kami and Zane channel is open for view. Nobody can type there with the 2 of them, but you get to see their ridiculous banter going back. Oh,
I can type in there too.
We don't count. We're gods.
And I have my own that's called Lady Dragon's Dungeon.
It's basically where she supposed to post her art.
Yeah, whatever I feel so inclined to put in there. Private conversations with me and stuff like that. Well, not so private, but you know what I mean. So there is that. So please, everybody, just remember, if you have an army, paint it or lose it, because you never know when someone like Big D is going to come along and snake it from you and paint it behind you. I mean, you say it's your own personal hell, Commodore, but you keep going back.
I mean, if you wanted it, why didn't you already have it painted?
Okay, I'm going to smack you. And then they're going to start, I'm going to get a phone call for domestic abuse online. So if you could, so please, everybody, hit that like button, ring that bell. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe. Also, everybody, give some love to Jim Jam. Jam Jar
34. If you haven't gone over to his channel,
you need to do this.
It's just a real friendly sit-down hobbying channel. Really good channel out there.
Great guy. Gave us lots of love. So much love back to you. You are my guy. Love you so much.
And if you're in this channel now and you're looking at who's talking here, check everybody, because anybody that's got a channel, you should go and subscribe to them.
Yes.
It's all about spreading the love here.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, guys, we're 15 subscribers away from our big giveaway. So
we've got
get your friends. Get your friends. Tell them. Talk about it. Have them come in. Have them show up. Have them participate. Have them subscribe. We get to 400 subscribers. We're doing our giveaway. So,
and don't forget also, if you have anything you would like to see us cover, talk about, or build, please put it in the comment section below.
Also remember Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm on all three. She's on Instagram,
Lady Dragon 28,
and I'm Gamecraft Dragon.
Yes.
Love you greatly.
You guys are all in our hearts. Thank you so much for joining us for this spontaneous PSA. Guys, game on.